Ooh, something scary is coming to new cars soon, and you're not gonna like it. Let's just go ahead and take a look at it. Man, I hope
Whatever you
this is
do,
crazy.
do not buy a new car. Do not buy a new car. You need to listen to this now. So, starting in 2027, every single vehicle is going to be equipped with this AI technology that's going to be able to read your face, your eyes, and listen to every conversation you have. They just passed a law and it's going to start in 2027. Doesn't matter, what vehicle you're looking at, this is going to have this technology in it. So basically, what it's going to do is it's going to read your face and scan your face. And if you happen to look like you are looking away from the road, or if it may think that you're impaired, it's going to shut the car off immediately. Or it will not allow your car to start, for one. But if you are driving and let's say you look away from the windshield for 5 seconds, you're looking at scenery or whatever the case may be, it's going to immediately deactivate your vehicle and it's not going to restart it for X amount of hours. It's also going to have technology that listens to your conversation. Now,
Man, immediately deactivate your car in the middle of a highway because you just so happen to look left or right and you're trying to get somewhere. You're trying to make sure you get off on the right exit, and they're gonna shut your shit off, man. That I hope it's not overly aggressive like this. I've seen other vehicles that prompt you, hey, need a coffee break. Hey, need a stretch break. I've seen this before on a rental car, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. I think it was on a Mercedes or whatever it was. I was like, well, that's pretty cool. It kind of looks like you're drifting off. They're sensing that you're swaying a little bit, and you might have been driving for a long period of time. They might say, go stretch your legs, right? Literally the message on the dashboard. But to deactivate your car in the middle, just because you're looking, that shit is overly aggressive. I don't like it.
if you're having a conversation that may be a little controversial to what the law may think, it's going to automatically alert the police that this conversation is, let's say, of high alert.
Police
What
ain't gonna
it's
like
then
that.
going to do is send that little conversation, that script, immediately to the local police department, whatever police department is closest to the vehicle. And the
Terrible.
police are then going to go through that footage and
You could be listening to rap music or some of your favorite songs or whatever. Some of the lyrics go off. And now guess what? Your shit is consent to the local PD. Does not make sense.
they could be knocking on your door. So I think that this is absolutely ridiculous, very scary, extremely controlling. I mean, if you think that what they're doing now is controlling, this is hitting another level. Therefore, if you're looking to buy a new vehicle in the next 6 to 10 months, I highly recommend you look at vehicles 26 and below, because I mean you're riding a really thin line if you purchase a vehicle in 2027. It's going to make the market, I believe, the car market tank. This
Tank,
is
big time. Just thinking
extremely
the same
scary,
thing.
extremely intrusive, and like I said, the bill has already been passed by Trump. So just another thing that we have to look out for. Our country is becoming controlling. They are controlling every.
I mean, look, man. What they're trying to do is make you pay for all this AI slop that's they're building, and they want to introduce the whole kind of everything, man. Nothing's been wrong with driving old ass cars without any much, tech in it already. We get to this technologically advanced stage in our life where we're just trying to introduce AI to every goddamn thing. Leave that shit alone and out of the cars.
Part of our entire existence, and they're doing it so quickly. I mean, they're just hitting all areas of our life, and they're taking away every ounce of freedom that we have. Chime in, let me know your thoughts on this.
I think it's absolutely terrible. I think the car market is going to crash. I think used cars are going. You're going to have to purchase cars or older cars at a much higher rate. Then you're going to be upside down on a whole lot of shit. That's what's going to happen. All right, nobody's gonna want their privacy invaded in new car vehicles. Y'all already talked about auto stop was just a terrible idea, even though it's projected to save you gallons of gas throughout the days, the weeks, the months. I'd rather have auto stop any day before I had someone listening in and possibly deactivating my car because I wanted to look at if I'm cruising down a beach line and I'm just looking at the shore or something, anything. You get what I'm saying? I might be able to avoid a serious accident because my eyes are somewhere else and I'm driving for other people. But you're saying that I'm not, and my car gets deactivated. No, some of these AI assisted driving things that they have on these vehicles, yeah, some of them are nice, right? Nissan has ProPilot. It's really awesome. You can set the distance you want to start braking, and it'll automatically start braking when you're in traffic. Okay, if you're busy and these sort of things. So if you really don't trust your own braking or trust other people, it helps you brake and accelerate. Right? It's a great option. It's a great option when you just want to cruise, long distances. But like that can be intrusive where you just feel the brake. You're like, golly, like what this is not, this is not exactly the comfortable drive I want to have, even though it's very convenient. And then there's other things like this where they want to just jump into your car and deactivate. I just saw a Cybertruck get deactivated on the highway, and the man driving it was absolutely pissed off. A whole electric vehicle deactivated in the middle of a freeway. Yeah, he's sitting there, and cars are trying to dodge him, and it was probably one of the most scariest things I've ever seen. But for anybody that's trying to drive, right, just to get your car shut off. But let's just keep watching.
The first problem with new cars is you lose money hand over fist to depreciation.
Yes.
And then if you have to take out a loan for it, you're also paying interest on that.
Yes.
And one of the fastest ways I see normal people in general lose money is on new cars.
Yeah.
And they do it because they're afraid they can't work on it or service it.
That's exactly
That's
right.
basically the only real
Exactly right.
But then you get dealerships that just find new ways to not do their warranty work because that's where they make a lot of money. And that's a separate thing. So a new car, I mean, that's nice if you can afford it. But rather than buying a new $100,000 truck or SUV, I'd rather buy this nice used one for, I don't know, 15 or 20 and spend the rest of the money. I'll go, if you got it, go buy a vintage Ferrari or a muscle car, something cool, at least keep your money, have some fun. But it's more than that. Cars, I would say in the last 20 to 25 years, the evolution is not for the sake of the car and the person and so much of the experience. It's more for the sake of the nature of dealing with regulation and keeping a profit margin and building it. And when you do that, you make things that are inherently more prone to failing in the future and less serviceable. And that's not good for ownership or an actual lifespan.
As a young buck in the
I actually 100% agree. They have all these guidelines on how they make motors and doing this, how they install this, the warranties and shit. Like dealerships are trying to make you sign over these subscriptions where if you're gonna get your thing serviced with us, you can save approximately $50 per service. Meanwhile, like these are some of the things that you can't do. But I honestly like the fact that he said, hey, go buy a $15,000-$20,000 used one instead of buying $100,000 big diesel truck and go spend the rest of that money. You will probably think by the time that you did repair and maintenance on that little cheap vehicle, it still might not add up to over $100,000 for the price of a new vehicle. You can probably save that money and go do something. Maybe take a life-changing trip, maybe invest it into something that makes you more passive income, those sort of things.
The year 2026, how even older people still want brand new vehicles. It's no surprise most people want to be driving a brand new car. Now, does anybody want to explain to me why a brand new car is missing features that my 2013 Kia Optima has? As some of y'all may know, I've been car shopping for about a year now? Yes, I still haven't bought a car because Papa's indecisive. But one of the things that I unfortunately learned in my car shopping endeavors is that a lot of these new cars don't even have good features inside of them. My 2013 Kia Optima, 13-year-old car, has a button
that folds the mirrors, luxury. Has heated and ventilated leather seats, luxury. And a little cherry on top, it has a nice heated leather steering wheel to keep Papa's gummies nice and warm during the New York City winter. You look at these new cars, $30,000, $40,000 cars. They don't have these fucking features. They don't have heated steering wheels, heated seats. If you expect us to drop the equivalent of a down payment on a house, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $50,000 being the average new car price in 2026, by the way, you better include some $50,000 features. Don't make us, okay, $50,000 gets you the base model, but $60,000 gets you a heated steering wheel.
I feel his pain. I feel his pain. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And as soon as you roll off the lot, that's going down the drain. And I'm not gonna say this. I've noticed a price shift with Toyota. That Tundra that was supposed to be one of the most reliable trucks that you can ever get, man. You get a Tundra now at 70, 80 racks. Oh my God, what happened? What happened? Why so high, right? And we know why. And you go look at the Tahoes, the redesign. You're like, this is $70,000, $80,000 now to get a decent Tahoe. What happened? It wasn't like that 10 years ago. Right? And you start to slowly see the smaller models look exactly like their big sister, big brother models. Why are the Equinoxes looking like the Traverses? Why are the Traverses looking like the Tahoes? And why are the Tahoes looking like the leader of the pack? And then it trickles down. You get what I'm saying? You got Trailblazers and Blazers, and you're like, bro, like what's the difference at this point other than cabin size and square footage inside the cabin? And who cares? Trunk space, approximately less than 0.8 cubic square feet. That's the difference. And they're charging you $10,000 more. Man, insane.
I just turned 30, and this is for all the young women in their 20s. Most important piece of advice I could ever give you: do not buy a new car. Don't do it. It is a scam. Don't even buy a new or used car. In fact, don't get a car that's over $25,000 unless you can pay for at least half of it out of pocket. I had a 2020 Subaru Forester Premium with about 80,000 miles on it. Unfortunately, it was totaled. I was paying a disgusting amount of money every month for that car. I just got an email from the car dealership that I bought that Subaru from saying, oh, hey, we'd be interested in buying your Subaru. If it has about 90,000 miles and it's in excellent condition, we'll buy it from you for $7,000. 3 years ago, a mere 3 years ago, they sold me that car for $30,000. $30,000, and 3 years later, it's only worth $7,000. Hot girls are smart with their money. They buy reliable brands like Toyota, like Lexus, like Honda. They take care of their cars and they have them forever, and they save a bunch of money. Since my Subaru is totaled, I bought a 13-year-old car. It is a very reliable brand, very reliable model. I've had it for a few months and it has caused me no issues whatsoever. Biggest piece of advice: do your research on the brand. Buy something that you can pretty much afford outright, or at least half at the bare minimum, and save your money. Save your money. Do not buy a new car. That is a scam.
Man, she is telling the truth. And by the way, the dog in the background staring into the camera is hilarious. The dog in the background staring at the camera is hilarious. Look, there's some models out there that are known to not give you any trouble. Toyota being one of them, right? I asked my brother-in-law, I said, hey man, what truck or what car brand do you never see in your shop? He works at a car shop and he's been working with cars for 15 years. He said, man, to be honest with you, I barely see Toyotas in my shop. And I was like, all right, so Toyotas sticking to their reputation for being very reliable cars. Then the next one is Hondas. We already know Hondas go a long way, and their depreciation is top tier. One of the things where you just like, damn, this Honda is a 2009 and has 190,000 miles, but they still want $9,000 for it. You get what I'm saying? Just like, damn, this thing must keep going. And then you have Nissan, which is third in the pack. You do get some mild depreciation, a little bit more than the other two, obviously, but you don't really see a lot of troubles with those cars until you get into about 150K. You're going to have your outliers, don't get me wrong. And then you have everything else that's just fucked up. Damn. But she has a point.
So rumor has it that Ford, GM, and Honda are crapping their pants right now. So there's rumors floating around that Toyota is coming out with an FJ Cruiser, like a mini one, to compete with the Ford. You know that little Ford truck? Can't remember the name of it. That
Maverick?
little tiny Ford truck looks like a car. Anyways,
Maverick.
so there's a new Toyota FJ Cruiser that's coming out. It's like a small size one. And supposedly it's gonna be 10 grand. Could you imagine an SUV made by Honda for $10,000?
Negative.
Just imagine. At a time when SUVs are anywhere from used $25,000 to $35,000, and a new SUV will set you back between 40 and 60 grand.
No, 70, 80, bro. Yep.
If Toyota reveals this and they come out with a $10,000 FJ mini Land Cruiser, all the other companies are going to be toast.
Damn, Toyota better not shock everybody, man. I'm gonna go get me one of these bad boys. That's the price of an ATV at this point that you can legally drive on the street. You can't drive an ATV. Hey, it might be one of those things where, hey, you might have that's what we come down to. People need to save some money. Toyota said, "Hey, look, I'm about to turn and burn. Let's get off some of these supplies we've been stockpiling to build new cars. Sales ain't what it used to be. You know what? We're gonna go ahead and put together an affordable car that has everything that your basic needs, and to get you from A to B for $10,000. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a little bit of some sort of style. I mean, everybody kind of likes the FJ Cruiser a little bit, man. Who doesn't really like it? It's not a bad, terrible truck, all right, or SUV. All right, when they had it out, those parts for them were really hella expensive too, man. Running boards for FJ Cruiser. Man, for some reason, I was trying to resell some that I bought for really cheap, and I was trying to resell it. I couldn't sell it because, I mean, there's not a lot of owners where I'm at, but of FJ Cruisers, but those parts can go for a lot. But other than that, guys, what do y'all guys think about today's video, man? Would y'all purchase a new car if it had AI listening technology in it? Would y'all purchase a new car if it had technology to deactivate your shit in the middle of a highway? Let me know your thoughts below. And yeah, don't forget to hit the comment button, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.